follow my channel, you're probably familiar with the I.K.E.M.E.N engine. If you aren't, well, long story short, it's an open source Mugen hack/mod, mostly known for its key feature, netplay. That's right, Mugenites, the definitive way of playing Mugen Online is in fact here. Sort of. It's a bit buggy, but it's still getting updated and has many workarounds. It having online capabilities, replay functions, and much more due to it being open source. It's a huge milestone in the Mugen community. Too bad there aren't really a lot of projects taking advantage of this. I.K.E.M.E.N has a very small community, and most games on it are just simple compilations. However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel as more people are getting into the engine, making conversions of full games, like Hyper Dragon Ball Z, the Black Heart, etc. Hell, there's even people trying to make their own games on it. Sadly, that's even a smaller part of the I.K.E.M.E.N scene, but it is growing at least. In fact, one of those games is what we're going to be talking about today, Capcom vs. SNK Universe. I'd be surprised if you haven't heard about CvS-U. It's a pot-style, CvS-ish styled project developed by Shinrei. At first glance, it looks incredible, having a huge roster and high-quality work put into it. That statement is definitely not wrong, as there are a lot of cool things about CvS-U, but it's not perfect. Nothing and no one is perfect. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Before we get into anything, I want to make this very clear. This video is not drama, it's not hate speech, or anything like that. Not at all. Just simple, constructive criticism and my own personal opinions. So take off your trigger hats, okay? And just listen what this nobody has to say about CvS-U, alright? Cool. First of all, we cannot talk about this game without mentioning how it looks. And it looks gorgeous. Old Gamer really put some great touches on this game's look, having it look crisp and sexy with a hint of nostalgia for hardcore fighting game fans. With having optional scan lines to give more of a retro vibe, beautiful hit sparks, and life bars using the Add004 system, it makes it look really good, especially right next to the cast of familiar and not so familiar characters. The roster is pretty diverse, having a wide range of Capcom characters, SNK characters, and even characters from other games, hence the term universe. It definitely does well at its fan service. The gameplay is also something fierce. So what's not to like about it? Well, I can name a few things. Although having some high-quality stuff that can definitely please a large crowd, let's look at this in further detail, because there's plenty to discuss. With all that being said of the game having high quality, we need to note a few things. A few questionable things. Cue the montage! Let's try to examine every character. This is what I got so far. We got Zoom that's super exaggerated, and it's not even all the same, so yeah, that's a problem. What? Even? Why am I forced to play Evil Ryu when I lose in certain conditions? That's dumb. I love how some characters have XL and others don't. Speaking of XL, Zangief's doesn't work. Never mind, it does. Also, SPDs are a bitch. Like, real bitch.
Quick, I'll show you what I can do.
This is some riveting dialogue, let me tell you. We got Infinite with Fei Wong. Oh man, this intro is so good. What's wrong with Zoom? I have no idea. Dark Karen shouldn't be a thing, especially a Shoto Karen. Also, I love how Roll has no invincibility. Okay, so we got double DPs, that's pretty cool. How the fuck did that hit? Spider-Gen, Spider-Gen, does whatever a Spider-Gen can. Alex is level 2 whiffs, wow. Oh man, this is Shinrei's favorite character. This is a new tech I discovered. It's called the dive kick infinite. You just do it. Just like that. Man, this is so source accurate to Street Fighter 4. I don't really need to explain this one. Just watch it. Patch notes are an aesthetic. Also, he has air combos. Okay, so it's everyone has no air blocking. That's fine. Except when Q has it, for some reason. Q Super should not be this fucking mix-up heavy with blocking. Also, check out this cool tech I found for Q. Man, Q is gonna be god tier, I swear. I love how the level 1 and level 2 version of this super does no damage. And also, Darkstalkers have chain combos. That's fine. Except when they don't. Also, Buletta has this, like, no XL and no max mode, just this dumb move. She also has no roll invincibility. Oh, we got clones. Yo, when is Super Turbo? Alright, so we got Benimaru EX moves that not only miss, but they make clones. Hashtag source accurate, my nigga. And Vanessa's got that parry tech. What the fuck was that cancel? You can do this a few times for some reason. And we got that T-Zoc tech. Moveless are just aesthetics. That's sort of racist. We got good zoning. Jesus Christ, that guard. We got supers that also whiff. Yo, when's Jin? That's a lot of invincibility. Now sure, it's an alpha. Wait, how so? With a game well over 5 gigabytes, that includes 100 characters, over 300 stages, each having their own songs from their respective games. No. This cannot be an alpha game, let alone 10% of it. Not to mention, these are characters that are considered placeholders. Really? Placeholders? Now that I think about it, where did you get all this fine work? He certainly had some time to make these, or edit these, except he did not. Some of you may know, or may not know, but a lot of this work wasn't done from Shinrei. Yeah, no shit, right? Well, you wouldn't know about that unless you looked up the character's files or read about this. Now, let me be clear. Editing a character's work is fine by me and a lot of people in the community. Hell, you can even use the guy's stuff if you want, just as long as you give credit where credit is due. Except he didn't. In fact, he could give less of a fuck about that. Why? Taking people's work and not crediting them is not only a dick move, but it's basically like Mugen law. Or hell, law in general in like some things, I guess. What you're doing is basically, hey, check out my work, isn't it cool? Damn, this took me a while to make. With you saying you don't take credit, you sure do love those +1s that people like to throw at you often. It's not like you get negative feedback all the time. Most people just go along with what you say and do, and they just love it. Even if the people know where those characters, stages, screen packs, or fuck, even the specific code came from, it's pretty fucked up when you refuse to credit people who put the hardest work into them just for you to steal them and slap them in your own game. Another point I want to mention is the style of choice for the game. Pot style, I think. Honestly, not every character claims to play similar, and that placeholder shit is not gonna work here. Like I stated earlier in the montage, it goes back to my point of you making things for this game, and it creates another point. All the game is, in my opinion at least, is an overhyped pot-style compilation. Ugh. Also, this brings me to another point. Don't even dare call this pot-style. Because if you do, Shinrei gets triggered. Like, really triggered. Like, fuck, what does he have against Phantom.of.The.Server? Nothing new to the table, really. But this is some pretty interesting and kind of spicy stuff. And that's his attitude. It's pretty heelish, and may I say, kind of dickish. Post some feedback, and the man and people who are associated with the project will go mad. Like, fucking really? Seriously, don't act like this with feedback. Not only does your ego go a bit too forward, but how can a person improve him or herself in life without feedback? It's a thing that helps us grow in life, let alone do better things in a fighting game engine. And don't get me started with the people that are associated with this project. Pexar is kind of an ass in this category, I'm sorry. I mean, he's basically the right-hand man and, well, pretty much the yes-man for Shinrei. Both being contradictory to themselves and in multiple instances downright ugly. All it was needed was for Mugen to make a video on it. He becomes a VIP member in the Discord. Actually, funny story, this Discord was not always, like, this organized or whatever. It's kind of funny. I mean, they're trying to be all professional and shit when Mugen and some other YouTubers come around. Like, seriously, when the fuck did you guys ever have a sound designer? Like, sound designer? The guy who looks up YouTube downloaded MP3 files for KOF? Yup, he's the sound designer. Like, seriously, way to say that you don't need any help or you never get help. I mean, when you have a group of yes-men, I guess that is kind of the thing. Anyway, I joined the Discord. I bodied mostly everyone there. I got called a cheater, which was funny at first, and I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but yeah, they kind of take it a little far, and it's kind of making me think, like, man, did these guys really being cheated? And in one case, there was this weird thing afterwards when they got, you know, Mugen in there, and they started changing names of people, having weird puns, or calling people based on the Koopalings. Yeah, that's some silly shit. How professional, guys. Then they started to target specific people. And I guess they got lazy and uncreative for my name, as all they did was spell it backwards. Sadly, I don't have much screenshots from this group, because I was banned. For what, you may ask? Well, simply this. Telling Shinrei and Daniel that they had no idea what they were talking about. Yep, disagree with the two, and you get that ass banned. While being called a kid in the process. That's kind of fucked up, right? Wait a minute. Kid. Man, I could have sworn there was someone else throwing that word out before. Speaking of which, who the fuck is Daniel? How is he a mod? How did he become a mod? Oh. Yeah, right. How fucking professional, guys. In summation, I can continue forward on some other issues, like how they play hide and seek with the download links, lag issues even on decent PCs, refusing to even mention my name or whatever I did, even if I'm associated with his work or stuff I did. Like seriously, what do you have against me so much? Like, come on. How they treat others with having older versions, how incompetent Rei is for answering certain I.K.E.M.E.N questions, since he really doesn't know a lot about it. Now, he's not an idiot, he does know some things about I.K.E.M.E.N, but not to an extent. And it kind of really shows, since he's kind of acting like the face of I.K.E.M.E.N, yet he can't really answer where the tag code comes from, and I can tell you why. And before I get there, I want to address something. I am not doing this as an act of jealousy, assault, attention whore, or any other bullshit. If he doesn't really like my opinions, he can easily shrug it off like he said he would, and continue making his stuff. If you like this game, then that's fine. I don't want to stop you from liking it. I don't want to stop Shinrei from doing what makes him happy, doing his hobby, what he's passionate about. I respect the guy. Even when he does certain things like doesn't always follow his own rules, plays victim card, gets me warned for posting feedback, and fuck, even getting banned simply because I asked him where the online tag code came from for I.K.E.M.E.N, which by the way, he stole and never credited me for it. Here's proof. I just think people should be more informed of the I.K.E.M.E.N engine, and not just blindly follow somebody for aesthetic reasons. But you know what, whatever. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video regardless, and thanks for watching. More I.K.E.M.E.N and Revival 2 work is coming soon, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna freaking love it. Peace out, thanks for watching.